Hello, welcome to the Sunnydale Diaries, a podcast where I,
And
Sean,
I, Melanie.
watch and discuss every episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and how the related themes of those episodes impact our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we are going to be discussing season 4, episode 2, Living Conditions.
Yes.
If you are new to the podcast, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. I am a big fan of Buffy. Watched it when it originally aired and have rewatched it a few times since.
And I am
And
brand new.
it's brand new to Melanie.
Mm-mm.
There has been a lot of news
Chatter in the
out on the
calf.
internet. Yes, about a Buffy reboot actually starring Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Mm-hmm. Or is she going to be playing like the ghost of Buffy?
Uh, we don't know. And it's going to be a little tough because I need to have this conversation in Melanie's frame of mind as somebody who's only watched up to season 4, episode 2.
Yeah.
And I've heard rumors of a reboot, I would say probably like the last 2 years. And I heard things of, yeah, it's going to be like the same universe, but it wouldn't be about Buffy. It'd be about other Slayers. Um,
Um,
and then a couple of weeks ago, I think when Sarah Michelle Gellar was doing like the talk show circuit about the Dexter prequel show, I heard that she had said she'd be possibly open to it. And then this week, just yesterday, I think it was you who sent me the link to the article of she is in talks with Hulu and a winning director about this, and it still wasn't like 100%.
it's still very
Yep,
early. It's still very,
it
very
is.
early.
But I'm hopeful and
You
optimistic.
said that you're
As
cautiously optimistic.
I keep forgetting that word. I'm cautiously
Yeah.
optimistic, and like there has been a lot of TikToks the
Oh my
last
God.
couple of days.
Yes.
Uh,
Judging, just even thinking about it, it's a smart move, I think, because how many years later is this?
it will be 22 since it
So
ended.
say 25 years later, and obviously judging by how many Buffy podcasts there are and how vocal fans are for all of them, and just the conventions that we've been to and seen the fans there, it's still
Mhm.
such a strong fandom.
Yeah. And I think there's probably a lot of younger people who were not around, who weren't born when it came out, who are like my niece,
Right.
who's watching it
Right.
now.
Right.
So it's like a whole new
Yeah.
generation.
Yeah.
So
Enduring
if
and
if they bring
propagating like a plant.
yes, yes, if they do it right, and I'm not saying I know what right is, but if they do it right, I think it could do very well.
So, can we discuss it without spoilers? Can you tell me what you think it could be? Tell me what you would like it to be.
I would like it to still be Buffy focused. I wouldn't want her to just be a watcher or something that only pops up every five
With cameos.
episodes. Yeah.
Um
Uh,
Now it's going to be interesting because it probably wouldn't be. Xander won't be in there, I doubt.
I
Right?
would
They're
doubt.
not going to involved with him because he's problematic. Joss
Yeah.
problematic.
Yeah.
Who is there anybody else? I don't know. So it would be really interesting and who would come in to direct it and who's going to write it. Joss was so in
Yeah.
there, embedded in that whole thing. I don't.
And then as far as like returning actors, like anyone who played a vampire, unless they're gonna invest in that like CGI
De
technology like they
aging.
used in like they used in the latest Indiana Jones movie, which I just don't see
I don't know.
happening.
James Marsters looks pretty good.
Yes, he does look pretty good, but we all look 22 years older compared to
Yes, yes,
2000,
yes.
and makeup, I'm sure, would help and stuff. But I don't think they could bring back any vampire characters unless it was like a quick cameo where they could do CGI.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I would love to. I'm trying to
Not
just keeping
spoil
faith.
it.
Keep season 4 things. Like I would love to see Allison Hannigan
Yeah,
on there, Seth Green,
yeah.
Christopher Carpenter, who is very active on TikTok. So her account is taken off on TikTok.
I know. I
Um,
saw Amanda Caulfield posted something yesterday.
Emma
Emma
Caulfield, yeah.
Caulfield, sorry, Emma Caulfield.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of activity, a lot of social media activity going on. I think it would be interesting if Buffy came back and she was a watcher.
I'm not opposed to her being a watcher, but I don't want her to just be like showing up every 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Like she has to
She'd have
just
to be
be
key.
remain an integral part of
You
the
want her
story.
to be key to the story.
Yeah, not necessarily like the main character because it's a new generation and things like that. But and I think like the tone would have to be a little bit different, maybe a little more serious. Like they're not in high school anymore. They're not in the early 20s. Can't say it can't be fun.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I love about this show, and I know I mentioned it last episode, compared to Vampire Diaries, which is so serious.
Yeah.
Like I still wanted to have some of that funniness, like we saw in this
Yeah.
episode. But I think it can't be the exact same show, just
It wouldn't
22
be.
years.
I don't see how it could be. I mean, he writes with a very specific voice, so I don't think it could be. So I think I'm doing a rewatch of The West Wing,
Hmm?
and I just got to the first season where Aaron Sorkin is not involved, and so again, it's going to be very different going forward. But still good.
Yeah, yeah,
It's just
but
different.
different. Hmm.
That's probably what it'll be.
And there are so many. There have been a lot of vampire shows since Buffy
Yeah.
ended. The Vampire Diaries, they had a spinoff, two spinoffs, True Blood,
Yeah.
Interview with the Vampire
Yeah.
on AMC
Yeah.
now, and I've watched them all,
Yeah.
and I like them all, but none of them had whatever it was for me with Buffy that made me just completely fall in love
Yeah.
with the show. And yeah, reboots. Not all the reboots do well. Yeah, they tried rebooting Charmed.
Hmm.
Did not. It wasn't the same cast. It was like the same as that. It was like three young women. I don't think they were sisters like they were in the original. But it just. I tried it and I didn't
It
get into
wasn't the
it.
same. That show, it was a very specific point in time, a very specific point in your mind. It just hit right.
Mm, yeah,
Hard to catch that
and
lightning in a bottle again.
yeah. I would love to see like how they would write the stories. Who has a family? Who has kids? Did Giles and Joyce end up together? Stuff like
Did Faith ever wake up?
that. She'll have a cameo. She's still in the hospital bed, just looking.
Get a little older.
But I am cautiously optimistic,
Yeah.
and we'll keep checking things out, and hopefully we get an answer. It probably would be like I would say 2 years before anything
Yeah.
came
I mean,
out.
they haven't even, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's so early, but it's exciting,
It's
I
a
guess.
concept of a plan.
It's exciting for you, Buffy people.
Yeah, you're one of us now.
The one that sends you the articles. Thank you,
I
Jason,
think
for the articles. My friend Jason is the one that is sending me that stuff.
I think if you didn't send it to me, it probably would have been at least another hour because then it was all over at
Yeah,
that point.
yeah, yeah. It would have come up very quickly for you.
Moving more into this episode, passive aggressiveness.
Hate it.
Yeah, yeah,
We could talk about our previous work experience. That's the first thing that pops into my head. Passive
yeah,
aggressive.
yeah. There was a lot of that going
We
on.
had a special acronym, Sean and I.
Yes, we did. PAPA,
The
Papa.
Papas.
They were passive aggressive and something, and then two other words.
That we can't say in case they listen.
You never
You
know.
never know.
Yeah, passive aggressiveness at the workplace just it gets to me more than like on a personal
Yeah.
level because we're all supposed to be adults.
Yes. Yes. I was just recounting to my mom a story about when we started at that hospital, when I started, everybody was in one little section of that floor, that one little side. And then
Yeah.
they expanded out to the side that then the ancillary groups, my group, would eventually go to and take over a whole side of the building. And we had a meeting where we were discussing the cubicles and where people were going to sit in the cubicles. One side of the area had windows, one side did not. Let me just tell you that we went through at least an hour of that meeting with people who wanted windows but wouldn't just come out and say, I want a window. So I feel like I did this a lot in that job. Like eventually, in any meeting I was in, I'd go, okay, so here's what we're hearing. Here's what we're saying. Here's what I think you're saying. You know, Joe, you want that cubicle at the end because it's got the biggest window and you've been here the longest. Take that. Mary, you don't want that cubicle because not that's made up. You want this cube, you don't want that cubicle because it's 2 feet shorter, but it's also 2 feet wider. But this is the kind of stuff that they were
Yeah.
like, everybody was like, oh my gosh,
It's
I
just a
can't stand it.
little, I'm
Can't
just
stand it.
saying.
I'm just saying, or we were told are the
Yep.
worst. I'm just
Yeah. Yeah.
saying that when I got married to my husband, that's a rule. We're not allowed to say that in our house. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But
That's a
yeah,
good one.
we were told. I hate that.
Yeah. Yeah. The job I was at before you and I worked together, we moved into a new building, and it was much nicer than what we were in. But they gave the manager and me, I was team lead, the seating map, and they said, I think they said you can talk about it with your team. But we decided no.
You just assigned.
Yeah,
That's the way to do it.
these are the people
That's the
sitting.
way to
Yep.
do it.
But again, we're all adults, or
But
should be.
yes, exactly. If you have something to say it,
Hmm.
and if somebody else has something to say about that, they will, hopefully. And
Yeah.
if they don't, then live with yourself. I know we don't got time for that.
Do you, and on a personal level, are you guilty of passive aggressiveness?
Oh, yeah. Do as I say, not as I do, Sean. I'm sure I am. I try not to,
Yeah.
but probably.
Yeah. I try not to. I definitely will hear it come out of my mouth, and then I do try to take it
Yeah.
back when it comes out.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
I'd rather just be aggressive. It's the Long Islander in me.
it's so much
Just
healthier.
screw you. And we talked about that a couple of podcasts ago. How like some of those meetings, I just had no filter, and whatever I was
Yeah,
thinking would come
well,
out. And then I was like, did I just say
oh,
that in this meeting of 30 people? I did.
but really, my gosh, people. Goodness. I know that so I'm very sensitive to that passive language, even from school, because we learn when you're writing in your composition classes, that passive voice. I'm very good at identifying that in
Mhm.
writing and also when people talk. It's a fascinating study, but annoying is
Yeah.
all hell.
Yes. Thankfully, the job I am at now, we do not have a lot of that.
I wonder how much of that has to do with the fact that you're not physically with those people every day. You're not roommates with
Yeah.
them. You're not work roommates with them.
Yeah.
That I think that makes a big difference. I'm going to be a lot more on edge with you being passive to me once I've listened to you chewing your oatmeal for 20 minutes.
If you have a bad meeting with that person and then you sit next to each other and keep walking by them,
Yes. Yeah, I think
like
that
I
makes a
could,
big difference. Physical
I
proximity
think.
and yeah.
All right, right,
Which
ready
is
to
a great
talk
segue
about?
into this episode.
Yeah, it's living
Oh
conditions.
man.
Previously on
Yep.
Buffy starts college.
She's having a hard time with it.
Kathy, I love that they put in everything's going to be super fun.
And her roommate is Kathy,
And
and Kathy likes Celine Dion. And
yes,
there were guys with masks and guns that we
yes,
don't
and
know anything
taters.
about. I
Mhm.
don't think we figured out anything extra about them this week.
They did appear,
They
but yeah.
did. Okay.
All right.
So,
Believe by Cher.
oh man, I don't even like to listen to that song once.
I know. There was a lot in this episode.
Oh man.
In Buffy's dorm, Buffy and Kathy are both in there. Kathy is ironing her jeans.
My father used to have us iron his jeans for him. Put a nice
Oh,
crease in the front in the 80s.
right.
Then he put on his cowboy boots with him. Yep. Ironing jeans. That's crazy. You know she's
Did you?
crazy.
Oh yeah. Do you happen to notice Buffy's eyeliner?
Yes! It was very pronounced
Okay.
this episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if they did that just like to just set her apart more from Kathy, but it
Maybe.
because like she had that when in like the altar Buffy in the Wish
Yeah.
had that eyeliner. I think it was a little bit more pronounced there, but I'm glad it wasn't just me.
Maybe that's how they indicate something is amiss with Buffy.
Eyeliner.
She's moody and therefore more eyeliner. I also noticed, and I wanted to know, they have closets with doors in this dorm room. I know I talked last episode about how nice this dorm room is.
Yeah.
My dorm room, the closet, it wasn't even a closet. It was a corner of the room, and then they installed accordion doors.
Oh, yeah.
That was it.
I think that's what I had. Yeah, I noticed that too. There was a closet with a door. I did not have that.
Phew,
Yeah,
man,
pretty nice. UC Sunnydale.
yeah, pretty nice. Oh yeah, and then Kathy has a system for phone calls because they get billed
Mhm.
every month for phone calls.
I think we did too.
I think somehow we did if we went over a certain amount of minutes or something. I don't know. But yeah, she's a little cray. And then you
Yeah.
turn when Buffy was leaving the room, you could see the bookshelf labeled novels.
Yes, I saw that.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh man, this girl is cray.
I like Buffy's combination of a stitch in time catches the worm,
Yes.
and Buffy's been drinking Kathy's milk, which I'm with Kathy on that one.
I think if you're gonna borrow, that's fine. But
Yeah.
then you mentioned later on, "Hey,
Yes.
Sean, I took some
Same.
of your milk for my coffee. I'm gonna go out
Right.
later. When I go tonight, I'll get some more.
Yeah.
Or I'll buy the next quart or something."
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Communication. That is the key to everything, really.
that's right.
But they're definitely setting up some drama between the two
Mhm,
of them. A
mhm,
lot of passive
mm,
was going
mhm.
on. Sid the Wily Dairy Gnome.
So what?
Sid the Wily Dairy
Oh,
Gnome?
that's right, that's who took the milk.
I didn't have my caption on. I thought she was saying berry gnome, and I'm like, why berries? So I had to go back and turn on the caption. Oh, dairy, that makes sense.
Oh, the dairy.
Out in the quad, Willow and Buffy are talking, and Buffy's complaining about Kathy.
Yeah.
She called her the mini mom of
Mm.
Momdonia. Willow goes off to see Oz, and Buffy's patrolling, and there is I called him the glowy eyed monster.
I just called hooded guys.
Yeah, we're both right.
Yeah.
Credits.
Yes, credits. Oh, I said guys in trees with hood and green glow. Yeah, okay. Yep, credits.
I want to pull out some of the newer images of the credits that where the scene hasn't happened yet,
Yeah.
and have you guess
Oh,
what's
okay,
going on
that's
here.
fun. I like it.
Next episode, we'll do that.
Okay.
So while Buffy's out patrolling, Kathy walks
She
up. She's like, "Hey,
Yay!
I could go for a decaf
Yay,
latte."
let's go.
And Glowy Eyed Monster shows up, and Buffy shoves her down the hill.
I know she took it
Um,
pretty well.
yeah, for some reason I thought like she would be cut or
You
something,
know,
but no,
I
just
gotta say, the first bits of this, they really got me in this episode because I kept going, is she awful? Is it Buffy? Is she really this awful? Look, she's nice. She wants to go for a walk with you. She's nice. She wants to be friends.
I mean, I
Oh no, she's annoying as
the
hell. She's crazy.
well,
Is she?
yeah,
I don't know. I kept going back and forth.
it was overbearing. The phone call logging
Yeah.
thing would have bothered me.
Yeah.
The labeling, I would your stuff is yours. You don't need to label
Yeah.
it. But yeah, I think Buffy
Yeah.
contributed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's an only child.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes. There was some realistic roommate stuff going on in this. For sure.
yeah. Then I was thinking back, did my roommate and I, we really never got into it about anything. I can
Oh,
think of
I
not
think
one
I
thing.
had some tension with my roommates, especially the second semester. Yeah, we had some hard times. Again,
Were you the
how could you
were,
not?
were you the Buffy or the Kathy?
I don't know. I'd have to ask my roommate that. I'm sure I was annoying in a whole sort of ways, I'm sure.
So Kathy doesn't see any of the glowy-eyed
Right.
monster,
They run
but
away,
Buffy,
yep, yep, and then one goes there's 2 of them, and he says, "She may be the one, follow her." Oh.
Kathy's sweater got
Her
dirty and
sweater got
damaged from
ruined. When she whined that, I was like, "Oh, yeah, she's awful."
over at Giles' villa, Buffy got Giles' mail and flipping through it in a very nice looking courtyard. I don't know if
And
we've seen
it
that
is
courtyard
really
before.
nice. Yeah, very nice. I'd sit out there.
Giles, gentleman of leisure that he
Yes.
is, just came back from a job.
Unemployed slacker that he is.
There's a little band candy reference
Yes.
there, and Buffy's basically just avoiding Kathy.
Yeah.
Because Giles is like, "Why? Not that I want to. Don't mind. I don't mind you asking about my day, but you don't do
You've never
that." She's
done it
like,
before.
"Yeah, I'm avoiding Kathy."
Yeah.
Back in the dorm, Kathy takes Buffy's lavender sweater, which
Okay, here's something interesting. She goes to the nice closet to open the closet, and there's like a latch lock on it.
Mhm,
It's not a very
mhm,
effective lock. If you're gonna lock your closet,
yeah,
put a lock on your closet. She just slid
yeah.
that thing right open. Da-da-da-da.
I think that sweater was in an episode in season 3, but after 5 minutes of looking,
You couldn't find
I
it.
couldn't find it.
Okay.
If anybody knows for sure, let us know what episode that was in because I tried, really did.
A sticker
Couldn't
to
find it.
you, a sticker prize
Yes.
if you can send us the details. When she goes into this closet to get the sweater, she sees Buffy's bag of slaying.
Yeah. With a loaded crossbow. That is
I
not safe.
know. For a second, I was like, "Oh man, is she going to launch that crossbow?"
Oh, that's horrible.
Now we're at the Rocket Cafe, which I guess is their
Dining hall.
dining hall. The Rocket
That's what I thought.
Cafe.
Yeah.
Buffy sees Kathy in the line, but doesn't notice her sweater yet.
Yeah.
She turns around real fast and cuts in line in front of the cute guy of the week
Parker
who
Abrams.
is giving her pointers on how to get the most out of her dining hall card. Can I tell you how I did that? Got the most out of the dining hall card? The
What'd you do?
year that I lived in California, the first, I don't know how long it was, a month that we were there, I crashed in my boyfriend's dorm room. He was in a single dorm room, and it was me and him and his cat. And we had 0 money. He was great because he had a dining plan. I had nothing. And so for the first week of school, I would just go to the dining hall and give them a fake name. You had to log in if you didn't have your card. You had to sign in with paper. It was like 1991. There were no computers yet. And so I'd
Yeah.
sign a fake name, and then you had to put your social security number. I'd make up a social security number, go get my food.
And that would allow you to. So this was just handwritten that you
Handwritten,
did?
baby,
Oh, yeah.
1991.
Wow. Okay.
I think I got away with it for at least a week.
I remember towards the end of the semester, I had a ton on my meal plan still. I would go with my friends and they would just all give me cash.
Nice.
That was
Little
good.
side business.
Buffy and Parker talk a little bit in
Yep.
line, they exchange where they live, and
Yeah.
there's some
He's
flirtiness.
into her. She goes back to the table with her friends, including Xander for some reason. And they're all very
Which she calls him Zan
Zand. I don't know.
twice.
They're all very supportive about her little flirty moment with Parker, which was nice.
Mentions about these demons. Xander even said, "Do we want to assemble the Scooby Gang?" Wonder if that's the first time that they called themselves
No, I
that.
think they did.
And
I think they did before. Yeah.
but yeah, they're supportive and happy that she's talking to a guy, but she starts complaining about Kathy, but nothing
Just a
crazy
little
at this
bit.
point.
Just a little bit.
And then Kathy showed up
Hey guys.
in Buffy's sweater.
Yes. Yes, and Buffy is not happy about it.
Oh,
But then Kathy's like, "But, it's okay. It's just about sisters."
yeah. Oh,
And
oh.
then the big slow-mo drip of ketchup, blah, blah, in Buffy's eyes. What? What? What?
That that is a popular GIF.
It is. It was,
I think I've said that one to you before, just like because it was relatable to
it
whenever
was
Sam's
funny.
thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, big glob of ketchup falls on Buffy's sweater that
Yes.
Kathy's wearing.
Is
Oh
that the
god.
gift, the ketchup falling, or is it her eyes?
No, it's just the
Oh, just the
eyes.
eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
If there was one of just the ketchup dripping, that's like a total deep cut. Only the real
Oh yeah.
fans know what that is, know what comes next.
Buffy's complaining to Willow on the phone back in the
Yeah.
dorms. Apparently, Willow's roommate's a big partier. That was a
I
rager.
mean, and Willow even said that something about, "My roommate's not the best, man. Your roommate sucks."
Yeah. Buffy hangs up. Then Kathy's like, "Don't forget to log those calls."
Sister?
Kathy's flossing in bed, which
Squeaky flossing. Oh,
yes.
man, it was loud.
Mike used to get mad at me in our old house because I would brush my teeth, and then while I was flossing, I would go back into the living room
Oh, yeah.
to watch
He didn't
whatever
like that.
would have on TV. He didn't like that. But I don't know, doing it in bed, this seems even worse.
You're in a dorm room. It's not like you have, you know, a whole different I guess you could stay in the bathroom, but it's a communal bathroom too. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't see an issue
everyone's
with that.
walking by with their
Hmm?
towels. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like floss. Other people flossing. That's not
Eh,
bad too.
that doesn't bother me.
Uh,
But then Buffy goes
Kathy
to the
closes the
fridge.
window.
Buffy goes to the
Oh yeah,
fridge and opens it, and Kathy has labeled everything, including the
and
individual eggs. I love it. Oh my god. Yeah, she's cuckoo. She
yeah.
cray.
Kathy closes the window. Buffy opens the window, which has no screen,
No.
just so everything could just fly in.
But,
It's fine.
she's "I'm hot," or "I'm cold," and Buffy's "I'm hot, get used to it." Now, as a menopausal woman, I'm like, "Yeah, open the window, put on a sweater, Kathy."
Yeah, you can always
You
put
could
stuff
put a
on, but
sweater
depending on
on.
who you're with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have, but you ruined it. Now we're out of
Uh,
sweaters.
so here's where I was siding with Kathy. The gum on the night
Oh,
table.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's just
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
childish.
that's
Yeah.
gross.
They eventually go to sleep, and Buffy has a glow-eyed monster scary dream.
Yep.
It's pretty freaky.
Yep, it was. Little scorpion. Boop, boop. And then somebody pouring blood into her mouth,
Yeah.
and the weird smoke light thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
She finished vaping.
Yeah, and then she wakes up and yeah, that's weird. So the next day she's telling Giles and the gang about it. And then there's Kathy. Hey guys.
What would you call what Willow was wearing in that scene? It was like a crochet tablecloth.
I don't think I remember what was Willow was wearing in that scene. Give me a moment.
Oh, maybe like a
Hang
shawl,
on, give me a moment.
crochet tablecloth.
It's a poncho, Sean.
That's a
It's a
poncho.
poncho. It's a crocheted poncho.
Isn't that what you wear at Disney when it's going to rain?
You're too young to know what a poncho is. Ponchos were
Yeah.
very popular and they're actually coming back, I think. 40 years
I remember
later.
in the I remember in the Devil Wears Prada, Stanley Tucci gives Anne Hathaway the very first thing, and she's a
They're
poncho.
timeless.
Okay, interesting.
But when
I need
I
to.
just noticed when Kathy walks in and they're having a conversation and she's, "Hey," oh, she doesn't even say hi. She just like walks in and gets into the conversation. It's like, "You eavesdropping? That's so rude."
Yeah, and she had a very. I don't know if you saw it. She had a very unusual backpack. It almost looked like it was like a briefcase shoved into a
Yeah,
backpack.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was very
Weird.
angular and but that's who she is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Angular and uptight.
I think if Buffy had walked away at that point, and Willow said that, or I think it was Willow, Buffy was bordering on Cordelia-esque.
She did say that.
Like, you can't even like say that she left the show, and now you're just insulting her.
Oh, they're bringing it back in. They're
And
keeping her there in spirit.
we find out that Kathy had the same dream, or at least she
Mhm.
said that she did.
Yep.
What were you thinking at that point? What do you think was going on?
I thought they were both possessed by something.
Okay.
It
'Cause, yeah,
makes sense because unless it was like an airborne thing or something, because she didn't get touched by the demon touch Buffy.
right.
But that's what I thought. Yeah, they're all worried about her because she's not acting like herself. And then
Mhm.
we see the hooded demon guys around a
Yeah.
bonfire. I don't know where this is taking place. Is this taking place on campus?
Yeah,
I
I was
don't think
wondering
that
that too.
bonfire is approved.
No.
It looked like we're also watching a lot of Star Trek, and I always say whenever they're like they go on an away mission to some planet, I'm like, "Oh, California Woods set number 3." What this
Yeah.
looked like to me could have been a Star Trek set. Just one
Mm.
giant rock, a couple trees, and a little fake bonfire.
And you're
Yeah,
set.
that's right. And then they say, "She is the one.
Mhm.
Oh, I have prepared for the summoning of the Great One. Tap a keg." No?
That's a good one.
I
I
like
like
it.
that. Uh,
And then they do their
back in their
chanting.
yeah, back in their dorm room, Buffy walks in, and Parker's there on Kathy's bed. And
Mm.
they're just laughing it up.
Listening to the share, laughing it up. But he was obviously there for Buffy, and Kathy horned in on her action.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's
And this
awful.
is where it really starts getting bad
Yep.
between the two of them on both sides.
Yep.
Uh, Buffy put a lock on her
A real
closet.
lock.
Yes. Window fighting.
Yes.
And then Buffy goes into the fridge and grabs Kathy's milk and
Man, yeah.
not just drinks it from the carton, but is just spilling it out all over herself.
Yes.
I was thinking, you're going to clean that up. But
I don't think she cares. She's got the red haze of rage.
yeah. Willow and Oz. Willow's worried about Buffy. Oz, because he's amazing,
He's so
offers
sweet.
offers to check in on Buffy and go patrolling with her.
Yeah. He's such a nice guy. And then as he's walking to go meet Buffy at her dorm, he passes by a group of kids. There's a weird moment there. I have no idea what happened there. Did he just sense something was off with those three kids? I don't know. And then we see those guys with the masks and the guns
Yeah, the
tiptoeing
taser
behind a
boys.
tree. They're not very stealthy. They're in the middle of campus. Campus is well lit.
Yeah, lit. Yeah. Buffy she's talking to Oz, but like she's had it. She's done. She takes it out on a poor bench.
Yes.
Eventually destroyed.
She's ranting. Yeah. Yep. And then he's, yes, you need to get control. And then she's like, "It's affecting my
Debriefing.
work. Something has to be done."
Back in their dorm, Kathy's on her bed, clipping her
This was a
toenails.
funny scene.
So somebody on my side of the building used to clip their nails at their desk
Oh,
often.
same. That's, yeah, the oatmeal eater. Yeah. Yeah.
And like we would just some of us would just hear that
Yeah.
noise and just roll out into the aisle and all just look at each other because no, that isn't not. It's not at
This
your
is
work desk
not
with
your
other people.
bathroom. This is not your
Yes,
bathroom.
so gross.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Believe is still blasting. Has a little boombox.
Yes.
I noticed they had one of those. I don't know if it's definitely an iMac, but one of those like colorful, clear
Oh,
computers
remember those?
was on Cat. I think it was Kathy's desk. It was orange.
Yep.
My sister had one that was like a teal.
You had
I
one?
stole it. No, my
Or
sister
your
had one that
sister?
I eventually took it from
Yeah,
her.
yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
I liked those, yeah. I never had one. And then
They,
he says, "I'm just going to bed." And she goes to bed and she has the weird dream again.
mhm.
Um,
But before that, though, there was the hard-boiled egg
Oh, yeah, yeah.
incident.
Oh, but it's all, everything is slow mo. This was a funny scene. Everything goes into slow motion. Yeah, Kathy's clipping her toenails, and they're like, doosh, doosh on the ground, and then Buffy's tapping her pencil. That's slow and loud. And yeah, and then Kathy goes to get the labeled egg out, and she's rolling it across the table, really slow. Poor Buffy puts on the headphones, trying not hear it. Oh my god. Oh,
So
yeah,
she does
and
go to
then
bed.
is this where, is this the funny moment that I noted it later? No, okay, go ahead.
Monster
Right,
dream.
and then they wake up
Uh,
and seems that Kathy had it again too.
um, Kathy's talking to Willow in the hallway,
No,
and
that's crossing the line right there.
yeah, and Buffy walks up and is not happy about it and says, "Kathy's evil. I'm an evil fighter. I'm gonna have to
There
kill
you go.
her."
She's got it.
Yeah.
She knows.
Yeah.
But then we find out, oh, Buffy thinks that Kathy is actually evil, is a demon, and her proof is that she gathered up the toenails from the carpet.
They're
They're
growing.
growing. That's a demon thing that we've never heard about before, but okay. All right.
It's not a human thing.
Oh my god. And then Willow's, You need to go show Giles. Go show Giles." And she's, "Yes." And then Willow gets right on the phone. "Giles." She's coming over and she is crazy.
But not a cell phone,
No, right on the payphone.
a
Love
payphone.
it.
For our younger listeners, cell phones didn't always exist. Not everyone had one. So stores, college dormitories, bus
They
stops
were
would
everywhere.
have phones where you would pay to call
So,
someone.
yeah.
A
Yeah.
payphone, if you
Yeah.
will. Yeah, over in Giles' villa, Oz and Xander drop a net on
Yeah.
her, tie her up.
Like a cartoon net.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
That's a Wile E. Coyote net. It's an intervention.
Uh,
The guys are there, they tie her up. They're gonna help her not make a big mistake by killing Kathy. Then something is wrong. We're trying to figure out what it is.
she irons her jeans. She's evil.
Giles thinks she's possessed by a demon. He and Willow are going to make a potion so they can figure it out. Or
Mhm.
he's going to make a potion.
He's gonna
Yeah.
make it. Yeah.
And then Willow's at the dorm room. Tell Kathy you need to because you need to get out of here. You need some time away, but she can't say because Buffy's going to come here and kill you.
Right.
And it goes on this little moment of it got real dark for a second. I wasn't sure where it was going at this point because she's like, yeah, she's obviously damaged and she could hurt somebody or herself. Do you see it? And I was like, ooh, she staged like Buffy's gonna kill herself or what? But we already had an episode like that. Yeah, I was like, oh man, woo, dark. And then Willow gets the call from Oz that they've got Buffy tied up at Giles's. And she's okay. Never mind. You're right. Good. Stay there. And she's out the
You'll be fine.
door.
Just say it.
Yeah.
Buffy very quickly gets out of her restraints,
Yes.
knocks out Oz and Xander, just clumps their
Yes.
heads together.
Yes.
Good.
Yep. And she heads out. She's back. She goes back to the dorm, to the dorm room. Confrontation time.
Do you remember Kendra in season 2? Cheek fight?
That's what it was. It was a cheek fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Buffy grabs hold of Kathy's face and pulls it off.
Because if you're in a fight with someone, that's the move, the face grab.
It works. Now, you did text me a picture of you looking a little surprised
When the
and stunned.
face
Was it
came
this?
off, that
Okay.
was the picture.
I figured it was.
Yeah. It's all in caps. Buffy ripped out that girl's face.
Before that, even Kathy punched her
Yeah, she did.
hard.
Yeah, she did. There was like she went to DEF CON whatever. She skipped 3 levels. Yeah.
So while they're fighting, and we find out Kathy is another hooded, glowy-eyed demon,
Mhm.
there's a demon chanting in the
Yes.
woods. There's some
A horrible
and
effect
special
of
effects,
another guy erupting through the soil.
you know. And we find out that Kathy left her dimension to go to
I
college.
left my dimension to go to college. That is worth
It's
1
commitment.
stake in my rating right there, that line.
Just that
I
one
left my
line.
dimension to go to college.
Yeah.
I want that on a t-shirt.
I didn't could not notice any obvious stunt doubles during the fight. I was
One
looking.
moment I caught the Buffy one, but that yeah, it was pretty good.
You know what? I don't. We didn't have. No, we did have a plate glass moment when they broke the window.
We're getting to that right now.
Oh,
We go back
okay.
to the demons, the bonfire chanting. The guy erupts from the ground. Kathy tells Buffy, just let me finish my ritual. I have to finish my ritual, which was the ritual of Moktagar. That's involving the forced blood.
Right.
Kathy left her dimension to go to college, but there's somebody tracking her down and will know her by her soul. So the whole ritual was to take Buffy's soul, and then they'll track down Buffy. We still don't know what that
Right.
means. Then Giles confirms Buffy was right. Kathy's a demon, and Willow says, "Oh my gosh, she was right." Later on, big remorse. Not yet. Giles and Willow are going to cast a spell to help out. Oz and Xander head to help out physically at the dorm room. I don't know why they
Yep.
think they're going to be helpful, but okay. And then, oh, this was the funniest moment to me. I don't know if this just hit me as someone who lived in a dorm, but as they're raging and destroying that room, they get the shot of the hallway with the guy popping out next door going, "Hey, some people are trying to study." It's so true.
That was relatable.
Yes. That's when
Yeah.
Kathy throws Buffy through the plate glass window. It says, "Now the window's open."
So towards the end of their fight, I assumed it was her father. I don't know, but
Yes.
Demon Daddy
Yes.
shows up
Yes.
and you know basically forces her to go home. But
Still, because
a big whirlpool.
she's 3,000 years old. Why do you treat me like I'm 900?
900. Yep. A big air whirlpool opens up in the floor and
Awesome.
sucks in
He's like,
Kathy.
"You're coming home now." It really was. It was like, yep. Yep. That was tied up nice and neat. And then we get what we want, and Willow moves into the dorm room, which I'm assuming it's a totally different dorm room because they destroyed the first dorm room. Had some
Yes,
renovations now.
very valid point.
I don't know who's going to pay for that.
Uh, Buffy's eating a sandwich, puts it down, and yeah, they're chatting. Everything's
Yeah.
good, and then Will walks up to the sandwich. Yeah, are you gonna finish this? And takes a bite,
Whoop,
zooms in
whoop,
on
whoop.
Buffy's eyes again.
Yep, that was good. That was a
That's it.
good mwah, ending.
Yes. How many
Four
steaks do you give
steaks.
this? Four
Four
steaks. Okay.
steaks. I liked this
I
one.
knew you were gonna
You
like
knew I
it.
would like
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it was good.
Yep. 3.75.
Okay.
Yeah.
No vampires,
It.
but still good.
Yeah. Yeah. No vampires, but a lot of
Yeah.
humor, and it was relatable.
It's story-wise, like they're starting over now. What are they gonna do? The big bad was destroyed, and so now we gotta find another big bad that's gonna carry us through the season, which I guess those masked guys are probably gonna have something to do with it, but I don't know. But yeah, they're starting over now, and they gotta re-find their footing. Although
Right.
she still is on top of the Hellmouth, so there's gonna be something soon.
I think it was funny that they had the college lounge area, like when Giles showed up
Yeah.
when he was doing the dream interpretation. Yeah, it just replaced the high school
Yeah,
lounge
yeah, yeah,
area.
yeah. At first, when they were showing us Giles's courtyard, I thought, "Is that the mansion?" The mansion
Mm.
always looks sunny like that. I thought, "Is that the mansion? Is that their new headquarters now where they're all gonna meet?" Because they don't really have one. I guess that's gonna be it. The lounge.
The lounge with Mrs. White and the candlestick.
Favorite line?
Favorite line? I think it's got to be she irons her jeans. She's evil.
I liked when Buffy and Willow were walking their first little patrol walk at the beginning, and Willow says, "This is me." And she's, "Okay, good hunting." And Buffy says, "Wish me monsters."
Yeah, that's cute. Next episode, we have season 4, episode 3, The Harsh Light of Day.
The harsh light of day. It's got to be a vampire one. Because who cares about the harsh light of day except vampires? Is it going to be a
Yeah.
vampire we've met? Is Spike coming back? All right, I am going to say Spike is coming back and cross my
Okay.
fingers.
Okay.
Thank
Interesting.
you. Good poker face, Sean.
There's a podcast that I watch, and 2 people have read the books, 2 haven't, and one of the people who haven't said just made a prediction. Like, I think this can happen. It was dead on. Like, so like, it was exactly what's going to happen. And the 2 people
Who've read it?
who read it already, nothing, just stone faced.
Wow.
I was looking at it like, how could you not? They didn't. They
And you were like, my motivation, that's how you do it. Take a
did.
list,
They learned it
Sean.
from me. You want to talk about the
Let's
socials?
talk about the socials. But first, let's talk about your Funko Pop collection behind you. Did you guys all
Okay,
notice that
yeah.
Sean is recording from a different space now
Yeah,
today?
I have these in here, but this would be a good
Yeah,
backdrop.
that's pretty good.
So I got Buffy, Angel, Willow, Giles, Oz, Vampire Spike, Faith, and then Buffy from the beginning of season 3.
Nice.
Yeah, I love
The
them.
first one was
I also have one
Buffy's
more.
ass kicking outfit, right? The first,
Which one? This
no, the
one?
other one.
This is
Season
from
one.
the season 1
Yep.
finale. So
Yep.
remember, I like your
I like
dress and
that
the
one.
leather
Yep.
jacket.
I
Yep.
like that one.
I do have one more, but it's a character we have not met yet, so I do not have it
Oh,
up.
Sean. Thanks.
Sure.
All right, let's talk
No, I
about the
feel like
socials.
with spoilers.
Let's talk about
Okay.
the socials. We are everywhere except for X and Snapchat. And we are at the Sunnydale Diaries, except for Blue Skies. We are at Sunnydale Diaries.
Mhm.
We have an email, which is the Sunnydale Diaries at gmail.com. And you feel free anytime you want to drop us a line. We'd love to hear from you. We have a website, which is thesunnydalediaries.com. And on that website, you can see our episodes. We have links to the episodes. We have links to our Jenny Calendar PDF for 2025. It's still there. You can get to our Discord server from there. We also like like to hear from you via reviews anywhere that you can, wherever you stream or on YouTube is fine as well. Again, we love to hear from you guys.
Yeah, say hi. Let us
Yeah,
know what you think about the reboot.
hi. You have an idea for a contest? Let us know. You have an idea for a conversation topic? Let us know. If you think we should just stop talking about all the BS we talk about and just go right into the episodes, I don't think we're going to do that. You can let us know, but take it with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else, Sean?
I think you got it
Thank
all.
you.
We'll
I'm
be back.
glad.
We'll be back next time with the harsh light of day.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.